Okay, good morning, everyone. Hey. Okay, our focus for today is on, can you guys hear me? Yeah, cool. Okay, our focus for, wow, our focus for today is, you guys hear the telephone ringing? It's annoying. Dang, thanks. Okay, so before I really start this lesson, this is going to, you know that the lessons are recorded. So it is really important that you, yeah, well, the way we behave and talk is appropriate, yeah, because it will be uploaded in Media Tunas style, okay? This part I will cut, yeah, until we start, I will cut this part. So after that, yeah, it's important on that we watch how we speak. Now, another thing is that it's important that you are cooperative, yeah, because this is an evaluation for you. This is important for you. So I will ask questions and I will ask you to answer, okay? So we, let me see, there's still some who are waiting to be admitted. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Good for you to join. And we're going to focus in our lesson today on reviewing listening 1. So we're going to go over listening 1. Automatically listening 1 is the listening and speaking textbook. I sent a chat to you with that explanation that whenever I say listening 1 or listening 2 or focus on speaking, it is in the textbook of listening and speaking. Whenever I mention reading 1 or reading 2 or focus on writing, you would have to look at your textbook for reading and writing, okay? Now, I will always refer to the subtopics as I explained last week. It will always be, guys, focus on listening 1 or do the listening 1. It will always be like that because the subtopics, as they divide the bigger unit, it is easier to refer to. Yeah, so always 3 parts, remember, listening 1, listening 2, and focus on speaking, or reading 1, reading 2, and focus on writing, okay? So we got to remember that, yeah? So that's a bit easier then. If, for example, you guys are still you know, confused about what's going on, you still need help or information on the task whatsoever, you can just contact me. I'll try my best to answer you. It's not always easy because there's quite a lot of chats coming in, but I will do my very best, okay? And it was funny, last week, there was someone else contacting me, which was apparently not a student of Tunas Daud, and I just forgot who that was. And I started to explain about the tasks. That confused I was. So stupid. Yeah. But yeah, we're all trying, you know, to get the hang of this, to understand how it works. So I totally understand if it takes some time for you to get it. Yeah. But together we can. So before we jump into the review of listening 1, I just want to say to you that I will input the task information in TD Smart today. So last week I uploaded all the templates for journal and log. I gave you the ebook links. I gave you material. But today I will, in TD Smart, under tasks, I will write down the homework dates. So I will write down when you need to submit your journal, when you submit your log, and when your ebook activities need to be done. But you need to remember that you do not submit it in TD Smart. You submit it inside your ebook, okay? I do give the date on TD Smart so you can access and remember when it was, but you do not submit there, yeah? Also, basically, the dates are already mentioned in your lesson schedule. If you look at your Unit 1 lesson schedule, you can see all the dates have already been written there. So you actually already know what you need to submit when. Yeah. For the lesson schedule, I will update it with the ebook activities. The only thing I didn't write in there was that, so I will update that for you. And the instructions or on how to write your journal in your log are written in your ebook as well. So if we're talking about a writing project, it's writing, so you need to go to the ebook for reading and writing, which is connected to your textbook for reading and writing. If we're talking about your speaking project, then that is in your ebook for listening and speaking, which is related to your textbook for listening and speaking, okay? In your ebook for reading and writing, I already wrote down the instruction on how to write your journal, like how long it should be. Everything is in there already. I will copy paste that and put that also in TD Smart when I upload the date for submission. Yeah, but you could also simply access that through your ebook. And the same goes for your speaking test, your log. The explanation for that is also in your ebook for listening and speaking. Yeah, that's at the beginning of the unit under the learning outcomes. So it's important for you to know that. Now, the chat I sent this morning, it has several components, right? The first one is it explains about your journal, right, and your log and in the ebook, but it also gives clear about your self-study. Now, I've had a lot of questions from you guys over the last week about the textbook and the video. Now, let me rephrase that so that is clear. You're not studying actually during the Zoom. The Zoom, we're just doing questions and answers, and we will evaluate or review the activities that you have already done. Basically, the material is studied by you independently, individually at home. So the video is your guideline for that. That is not the Zoom video, but that is the material video that I sent to you through the WhatsApp group. Yeah, so you just turn on the video, listen to it, follow it, and it tells you what to do. Just do the instructions I tell you to do. And basically in one video is one subtopic. For example, it's all about listening 1, or all about listening 2, or reading 1, or reading 2. It always goes like that. It's always blocked into 3 separate parts. If, for example, you don't watch the video and you do not do the activities, that is a problem, because once we meet, you won't be able to answer. Now, the question is, how do I submit this? You don't submit it. The activities in your textbook, you can answer inside your textbook. It's your book. You can just write there. It's no problem. And so am I not graded? No, you're not graded for those activities. I'm not going to give you a score for that. So then when should I do them? You do them to study the material. So basically this system of self-study is listening to the video and watching the video, listening and going through the book. So we basically, you and I are both pacing through the book together. So I'm guiding you through the lesson material per section. And then I tell you to do the activity. And I give you input on it. So basically we're studying together, you and I. That sounds funny. Yeah. Now, you do the activities because that's the best way to learn the language. You got to try, you got to apply. So after you've done that, let's say if there's some numbers you cannot answer or are difficult, that's no problem. Just try as much as you can. And then during the Zoom meeting, we're going to review the activities. And then that is where you can ask me questions. Miss Sylvia, I got confused about this, or I got confused about that. Yeah, that way we do it. So it's not graded and not submitted. Okay? Textbook activities not graded, not submitted, but evaluated through Zoom. Now, what is graded and submitted is your journal, which is your writing project, your log, which is your speaking project, and the ebook activities. They are graded. None of it is uploaded on TD Smart. It's all in the ebook because you do not upload. You just submit. You click submit because it's in a Google form. Okay? Now, journal and log is easy. You've got like 1.5 months to work on that. So you can arrange that time by yourself. Keep in mind to often look at the lesson schedule because that one shows you how to pace and how to plan your work. That's already planned out for you. Now, for the ebook though, that is different. The ebook also per subunit has activities. Remember, I told you they're extra practice and it's like a remedial. It has the summary and the activities per learning outcome. Now, those you will do after one section is done. So this is what it looks like. Last week, you had to watch the video of listening 1 and do the activities in your textbook, right? Today, we're evaluating listening 1. Then listening 1 is finished. I will open the links for the forms. This week, you can start making the activities in the ebook for listening 1. Okay? And this week, I will upload and give you the video for reading 1. Means you have to do the self-study of reading 1. Jadi, anggap video itu seperti belajar di kelas. Itu seharusnya dilakukan di kelas. But we can do that, right? So this week, you're going to get the video of reading 1. Means that you watch that and do the activities in your textbook. Besides that, you will work on the activities in your ebook for listening 1. Jadi the ebook activities will always be done after one section is done. Listening 1 is done, then you do the activities for listening 1. For example, reading 1 is done, then you do the ebook activities for reading 1. It goes per week. Does that make sense? So the ebook activities are done after the section is finished. The textbook is done before we have the Zoom meeting. You self-study first, then in the Zoom meeting, we review it. Like that. Okay? Do I have to do the ebook activities? Yes, because those are graded. I give you a score for that. Okay, they're not so many. Yeah, but you gotta do them. Okay? Yeah, and those go per section. Any questions so far? No? For your writing project, you only write 1 paragraph. That is not so much. In the speaking, you have your speaking test, right? And that you have up till the week of the 7th of September. But you gotta plan that because it's a project. It needs steps of planning. So that's why it's important that you follow the lesson schedule, yeah? But every week, you will be doing something in your textbook with a video as a replacement of our class time. And you will be making activities in your ebook after one section is done for a review and perbaikan nilai. Okay? I hope that is clear. Yeah? What's clear to me is not necessarily clear to you. That was obvious already. So we learned from each other then. Cool? Yeah? Okay, cool beans. Now, let's go real quick to our book and review. I will randomly ask some of you some questions. Just answer. I'm not going to ask everything because it will take too long, but I randomly will ask. I need to peek on my name list because I don't memorize your names yet. Yeah, the names of these beautiful faces. So let's try this one out. We're going to start with the beginning. I'm going to share the screen with you so it makes it clear. Okay. Cool. Yep, there we go. So Unit 1, a test of endurance. This is what the video I started with, and I gave information on that. Now, if you're looking at the beginning, I'm going to skip page 3. I did say something about that in the video. I want to jump straight into page 4, which is listening 1, focus on vocabulary. Now, it is super important for you to pay notice to the vocabulary at the end of your book, because for your speaking project and your writing project, you will have to use, let's call it incorporate, the vocabulary of the unit. So in your speaking test, you have to use the words you learned in this unit and the grammar you used in this unit. And the same is for your paragraph. So in this book for listening and speaking, it is at the back of your book, page 216, you see the words. I can basically show you that from here. Let me try that one. Here you go. 216, you see the unit word list. Here are all the words compiled for Unit 1. And if you go to the 2 pages ahead of that, 218, you can see the grammar. So you got to focus on this one. Not these two, but focus on this one. North Star, listening and speaking. Yeah? Level 3, 4th edition. This is us. So in Unit 1, for listening and speaking, we're focusing on reflexive and reciprocal pronouns. So what is important is that in your speaking test and for your log, that you focus on the vocabulary and grammar in this book. Then for reading and writing, for your writing project or paragraph, you have to focus on the vocabulary and grammar in the other book. And it's also at the back. So it depends a little bit on the book that you're using. So you got to look at the back of your book. Okay? Great. Now, you listened to this story, yeah, about ultramarathons, extreme running ultramarathons, talking about sports and how these people have to persevere, right? Now, let's straight away hit the activity. That's number 2, focusing on the vocabulary. So basically the bold-faced words are the words in this part of the vocabulary that are going to be discussed. So we're going to start with marathon, course, format, stage, terrain, unique, tent, ration, get into, and experience. Okay, I'm going to, from top of my head, Ivana Aprilia, can you tell me what number 2 is? Ivana? No?
Miss, I haven't done it.
Oh, you're super, super honest. Thank you. Now, that's okay. No worries there. Try to keep up doing it for next week. So what about if today's Zoom meeting, I'll just help you out with some of the answers, and then you can cross-check the ones that you wrote down, whether that is the same or not. And for those who didn't have a chance to do it yet, you can write it down. And then if while we're evaluating it, you come up with some questions, you can just ask me, or maybe later on. Okay? Okay, great. Let's go. So number 1 is done for you. It's G, right? Number 2, a course is I, the path of a race. Okay? 3, the format of something is J, the way its parts are arranged. That's what a word means. A stage, number 4, a stage is D, a step in a longer process. 5, terrain is E, that's a type of land. Yeah. 6, something that is unique is A, the only one of its kind. You don't have more than that. Yeah. Continue with 7, a tent is B, a piece of cloth supported by poles and rope that is used for sleeping outside. And 8, a ration is C, a specific amount of something that you are allowed to have. 9, to get into something is F, to become interested in. And 10, an experience is H, something that happens to you that affects the way you think or feel. So these are the vocabulary words connected to the definitions, okay? I hope you jotted that one down. All right. Let's see. Okay, now we continue. Any questions about this, about the vocabulary? No? Okay, cool then. Preview. This one told you to listen to the excerpt from the interview, and then you had to preview. In the video, I explained the previewing is important in order to predict the topic and the purpose. And that will help you to get a focus, and the focus helps you to direct what to listen for. Yeah, that's a very important part. And here it told you to listen to the excerpt, and then why do you think Jay runs in the marathon? And you have to complete the sentence. I don't know if there is anyone who wrote that down. Anyone who wants to try to answer that one? Anyone in IPA S1 or IPA S2? No volunteers? Not yet? Still scary? Okay then. No problem. Okay, so if you were to preview and listen to this, yeah, anything that would come up, it's depending on your preview. I mean, like, what is it that you get of it? Why do you think Jay runs in the marathon? I would probably say he does it because it gives him a thrill, because I think he likes the whole thrill of going through this whole race, and the challenge, I think, is what gives him, what would give a person a satisfaction to do a competition like that. But that can be different for every in every circumstance for every person, of course. Now we continue with the main ideas. That was the next thing in the video, and I explained about what main ideas are. Very important you watch that. And it says here that you listen to the whole interview, look again at your prediction, and then you can see like, hey, was my prediction correct or not? Or how did that prediction help you understand the interview? It will help you because you're just more ready to receive the information. And then number two, all of the statements contain some false information. Now, I asked you to cross out the parts that are untrue and then fix it. So, for example, number one was done. Looking at number two, Jay Batchen filmed the marathon. He filmed it, yeah, in 1999. And three, during the 1999 race, Jay met his wife, Lisa. Yeah. So in two, he didn't run it, but he filmed it. And in three, he didn't marry his wife, but he met his wife. Minor change, but it makes a huge difference in the meaning. Number four, the Marathon des Sables has 6 stages, not just one. Number five, runners have to carry water with them. What about that? Runners have to carry food and extra clothing with them, not just water, it's food and extra clothing. And for number 6, runners sleep in tents under the star. They sleep in tents, not outside. Number 7, Jay feels that the race was a life experience, special experience, great experience, whatever you come up with. It was an amazing experience, not a terrible one. Yeah, probably these people who are in a race like that, I think that's what they like about it, you know, the challenges, the hardships of it. That gives a thrill, I guess. Okay, guys, any questions about that?
Miss, can you repeat the answer for number 2, please?
Of course. Jay Batchen filmed the Marathon des Sables in 1999. So filmed. As you can see now, especially for listening, it's important that you do it because this is a very good practice for you. Can you imagine if you do this the whole school year? In the end, you're like your ear is so inclined to an audio. You get good at this, but it needs practice because it's a skill. Yeah. And then whenever I go over the answers with you, you can check which one was right and which one was wrong. And then you can see like, oh, hey, out of 10, I got 8 right. Or, hey, out of 10, I got only 3 right. You need to work on this. And that's how you can, you know, you can motivate yourself to be better at this. Maybe at the end of the semester, you see that it is already easier for you. That's cool, right? That's cool. Any other questions? No? Okay, then we continue with details. Now, here again, you had to listen right and complete the statement. So basically, you're completing the sentence. So you have to choose the correct word or phrase. Number 1 is B, filming. In 1999, Jay Batchen was filming the race for a TV cable channel called the Discovery Channel. B. Number 2 is C. Jay Batchen's future wife Lisa won the race in 1999. C. Number 3, A. Change the page. The race course changes every year, but it is always about 150 miles long. A. And then number 4, the first 3 stages are all about B, 20 miles long. B. 5 is also B. The 4th stage is 50 miles. B. We're at 6. 6 is C. Runners get medical help at checkpoints every few miles. No. Sorry, I made a mistake. I think I'm at 6, yeah. The 5th stage is, the 5th stage is C, a full marathon. So 6 is C. 7 is B. Runners get a ration of water at checkpoints every few miles because they have to bring their own clothes and their own food, but the water they get, the amount of water, the ration of water they get at the checkpoints. So 7 is B. 8, runners sleep in tents that are crowded and uncomfortable. B. 8 is B. And then you would think, right? Like, it's uncomfortable. Why do you even want to do this? Well, they would say that's the cool thing about it. That's the thrill. Looking for uncomfortable circumstances. Ha! So cool. Okay, 9 is A. Jay Batchen says that he experienced heat, cold, and sandstorms during the race. A. 10 is B. Jay Batchen calls the race a live experience because he shared the experience with other runners. B. And doing that with other people, that's what makes it exciting. Okay, beautiful people. Any questions? Okay, cool then. Now, if you have watched on in the video, you know that I explain about what inference is and what making inferences is. Yeah, so basically we make an educated guess about something that is not directly stated. So we're focused on the implied meaning. And that is basically looking at the facts, combining the facts, and from there we get a conclusion. And that conclusion is, or the analysis that we take from a context, whether that is in writing or in speaking. Is it important? Yes, very important. That's where you analyze things, okay? You go a little bit deeper. You go under the surface. So in this case, we jump straight to the activity. Listen to the excerpt. So you had to listen to this one also, and then read each question and choose the inferred meaning. Now, what are they actually saying? So if you look at number 1, what does the interviewer mean when he says, if you're able to stay standing at that point, I guess? What is this person saying? Did anyone do that? Is there anyone who can answer that one? No? Yeah?
A.
Okay, so you inferred that it is A, can you stand up by the end of the race? If I would say, can you stand up by the end of the race, that is fairly similar to if you're able to stay standing at that point, I guess, right? But what I am looking for, if I do inference, thank you for answering, by the way, very good. You're looking a little bit deeper. So an inference is never fairly the same as what is stated. So it is not A. Okay, guys, come on. What do you think, B or C?
B.
Very good. Yeah, it's B. Yeah, you must be really tired by the end of the race. Now, I hope that this makes sense to you guys, that an inference is differently worded from the actual sentence. So basically, you're looking for a conclusion. Kesimpulannya apa yang bisa didapatkan dari pertanyaan itu? If I would say to you, wow, I mean, like, that's a lot of things to do. Like, if you're able to stay standing at that point, I guess, that means you must be really tired by the end of the race. Will you even be able? Yeah. So an inference really digs a little bit deeper. Let's try excerpt 2. What does the interviewer mean when he says, well, you know, Jay, it doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun? What does that mean? If you were to infer, is that A, most people say they didn't have fun? Is it B, I understand why you enjoyed the race? Or is it C, it seems to me that it was a very difficult experience? Ayo guys, come on, who wants to answer that one? C? Yeah, how did you come up with that one? That's good. How did you do that? What made you choose C? Hard to explain? Miss Sylvie, jangan nanya susah-susah, sudahlah. Nah, no, I'm just interested because I find it cool that you got it. Yeah, it's C. It seems to me that it was a very difficult experience. Now, what keyword in this sentence correlates to this? Well, you know, Jay, it doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. That refers to something that is difficult is never fun, right? How would you want to do difficult? How can difficult be fun? Basically, for the interviewer, it didn't make sense. Yes, very difficult. Difficult experience is the key phrase that connects us, that gives us a conclusion, which makes the conclusion connected to the question. Awesome beans, yeah. Okay, we continue with expressions and opinions. That was the last part of listening 1 that you had to do, and then you go like, yes, we cannot work in small groups right now. How can I discuss the questions? Touche, correct. But as you watched the video, I stated that you should have just written down your opinion and try to come up with ideas. Now, why is there always this part of expressing opinions? Because the expressing of opinion is super important. It makes you more literate. You gotta learn to have a viewpoint, have an opinion on things, and it's so important for you to be able to express it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion as long as you are able to explain why you have that opinion, give reasons for your opinion, and always be respectful. Never make it seem that other people are wrong. Okay, so it is important because it makes you more critical. You critically think about concepts, analyze them, and then you state what you think of it. So let's look at number 1. What is your opinion of Jay Batchen and the other runners in the Marathon des Sables? What is your opinion about that? Now, so if you think about this, who of you wants to respond to that? If you think about running a race like that, having to sleep in a tent with a whole bunch of other people, having to carry your own food and clothes, and having water only at rations of water only at checkpoints, you tell me, what do you think of that? Would you want to do that? Ayo. No opinion at all? You admire that? Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, okay. Can you tell me why? Can you try to give a reason why you admire that?
Because not all people can be a runner.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. Guys, it's your opinion. An opinion can never ever be wrong, okay? You're just always right in your own opinion as long as you state it with a clear reason. Thank you. Cool. Okay, someone else. There's a whole bunch of you in this Zoom meeting. Come on. One more person. I'm going to skim through my name list. What about Joshua Ezekiel? Love the name Ezekiel. Do I pronounce that correct? Joshua, are you present? No, Joshua?
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua, what do you think about it? Do you admire it or not? Joshua, would you want to do a marathon and be uncomfortable sleeping in a tent and all that?
No,
No. Okay. Can you tell me why?
because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. So you prefer your own bed and your own pillow, no?
Yes.
Of course. So do I. That's why I am not in a marathon. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, what about number 2? What do you think is more important in an endurance race? Okay, try to think of that. What is more important? Is physical strength more important or emotional strength? Or are they equally important? Okay, physical strength versus emotional strength. Either one is more important or both equally important. Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel to find the name. Joyce. Joyce. Can you answer that one for me?
Yes, miss.
Yeah, what about number 2? Is physical strength and emotional strength equally important? Let's say in a marathon, or either one, or what do you think?
I think they're both definitely important in a race because without either one of them, I think you wouldn't be able to finish the race
Exactly. Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah. Thank you, Joyce. Awesome.
Yes.
One more person. I'm gonna ask. Wow, these names are really cool though. Yehuda. Yehuda. How do I pronounce that? Yehuda. Yahajo. Is that correct? Wrong? Do I say it funny? Yehuda, are you here? No? I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, man. Apologies, really. Okay. Okay, let me go to Amanda. That's easier to pronounce. Amanda, what about you? Number 2.
I think they both are really important.
Reason. Why?
Actually, I have the same reason though.
S?
I have the same reason
Yeah. S who?
as Joyce.
As Joyce. Okay. Thank you very much, Amanda. Awesome. Okay, guys. See, being able to say what you think, remember to always is the reason for why you have that particular opinion, right? Always build it up, always back it up with reasons, and be respectful towards other people's opinions. Okay, do you guys have any questions? No? See, that's it. You're all smart people. That's why. Well, in case you remember a question or there's something you go like, this is totally confusing, you know where to find me. Thank you very much. We are going to wrap up this Zoom meeting, and remember that for this week, as I will give you the video of reading 1. Yeah, so this week was the listening and speaking textbook, and for the next week we will do the reading and writing textbook, meaning that we will be focusing on reading 1. Yeah. Do you guys, maybe any of you still have a question about that explanation that I gave about the reading and listening? No one? Sure? Make sure you understand that part. So let me ask you a question then. What are we, well, let me check your attendance for a sec. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what are we going to do this week? Who can tell me? So basically today we finished listening 1. Today we finished listening 1 means that you are going to do the activities in your ebook for listening 1. You cannot access it yet because I haven't opened it, but I will open it today. So you're going to make the activities for listening 1 in your ebook for listening and speaking, okay? That's 1. Second, today I will give you the link to the next video, reading 1. It's the reading and writing book, right? We go listening 1, reading 1, listening 2, reading 2, and we go like that. So first, you will do the ebook activities for listening 1 this week, finish it in this week, and you will watch the reading 1 video and do the activities in your reading and writing textbook. Okay? That's your focus this week. Cool beans? Yeah? Okay. God bless you all. Have a great day, and we'll see each other soon. Yeah? Bye-bye.
Okay.